everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Discovering Doctor Who. Today begins Season 2 of Discovering Doctor Who, where I begin, Season 2 of the new Doctor Who series, which begins with David Tennant, the brand new Doctor. And actually, I guess technically today I'm talking about two episodes, one of which is a minisode that I was informed about called, I guess it doesn't technically have a name. I think that an unofficial name is Born Again, something like that. But or also Doctor Who: Children in Need, which was the name of the I guess show or something like that it was broadcast as part of it. Well, anyway, it was about 7 or 8 minute minisode where we basically find out Rose's reaction to the Doctor regenerating, and she didn't take it very well at first, obviously. She thought that he had been replaced, like this wasn't the real Doctor, rather than being regenerated. Accused him of possibly being a Slovene or something like that, and she starts to come around. But then the Doctor has this weird spasm out of nowhere, and it's almost like he's having seizures, which was kind of freaky. But I thought it was very interesting, and honestly, it kind of makes me mad that this minisode is not added to the actual start of Season 2 on Netflix, which is the Christmas Invasion. Yeah, that's the right name, Christmas Invasion. It kind of makes me mad that isn't included, because there's a definitive gap in between the ending of the previous season and what happens at the beginning of this one. Because my wife was watching, and I was thinking that, okay, maybe she doesn't really need to see the little minisode, but it's I understood what was going on at the very beginning, but she was a little bit lost, and that really annoyed me. That they, even though it's a minisode, it's technically separate. It's honestly a bit vital in knowing exactly what's going on. There at the beginning, it's okay, something is obviously wrong with the Doctor. But if you just watch the beginning of the episode, The Christmas Invasion, you're not completely sure what's going on. Which I guess, I mean, it kind of explains what's going on as the episode goes along, but it's, like I said, it's just really annoying that you have to wait throughout the episode to figure out what's going on with the Doctor when it's clearly explained in the span of 7 minutes in the minisode. Now, before I go into more detail on the Christmas Invasion, you might notice I'm not wearing my bow tie right now, and it's because I'm not sure where it is at the moment. But as a little stand-in for a few seconds, here's your bow tie pleasure with my friend. I forgot what I named this puppet. Anyway, this is him, and this is his bow tie. Isn't it adorable? Thank you very much. No problem. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm a dork. Anyway. Alright, the Christmas Invasion. Okay, and I did see both this and the minisode were written by Russell T Davies. So, obviously, as of, those last few episodes of the previous season, going into this one, the man has I believe in him now as a writer. Both the minisode and this one, this episode was really well done, which I guess it was technically it was actually a Christmas special, because it's a bit longer than the regular episode lengths. And I thought it was really well done. We head back to London in 2005? Yeah, 2005, I guess, or maybe it's 2006. They're never really clear about that I can remember. Excuse me. But anyway, essentially the Earth gets invaded by this alien force that I had it written down, but I forget what they're called now. It's like the Solkar. I'll put the name down here because I honestly can't remember all these different alien names. The simple ones like Daleks is easy to remember, but these guys, I don't even know if they reappear actually later in the show. Not that I know of, at least, in the little bit of research I've done. But it was really well done. It introduces, they really bring in... We don't see anyone associated with Torchwood, but they are mentioned several times throughout the episode. So I mean, obviously, I guess as I get farther into the Doctor Who show or the new show, I'll have to consider looking at Torchwood as a possible secondary show to get into as well. I don't know how many seasons it has, maybe a couple, I believe, but it's essentially, from what I hear, Doctor Who for adults, which to a point, I think Doctor Who is for adults, but people tell me again and again that, it's mostly a show for kids, which I can understand, but it deals with some adult themes, so whatever. But yeah, the mentioning of Torchwood is really cool. We get to see Sean's mum again, or Harriet Jones, and one running joke that I really like in this episode, and I hope that they keep going in other episodes that she might be in, is it sort of began in the episode before she became Prime Minister, well, the two episodes, rather, from the previous season where she would introduce herself and no one really knew who she was. It was just like, okay, whatever. Now it's like, Harriet Jones, Prime Minister. And everyone is like, or they basically say, I know who you are. Even the invading aliens, when they come face to face, she pulls out her badge, and the alien says it's something in its language, and the guy with the translator says, he knows who you are. I just thought that was really funny, and a good way to have a running joke as opposed to, constant farts, like in the episodes where she was introduced. Thank God that's not around anymore. Yeah, I really like that. And I will be honest, David Tennant, I know he's a good actor, and I really enjoyed him in the Harry Potter movie he was in. And some of the other roles he's had as well. I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but I mean, he's obviously been in quite a bit of things. Coming off of the Ninth Doctor, as I mentioned before, the Ninth Doctor is awesome. I absolutely love him, so I didn't know how to feel about the Ninth Doctor. But both of these episodes combined, the minisode and Christmas Invasion, I'm a believer. Any skepticism I had for the guy is gone. He's going to be really fun. I basically see it as more of a continuation of the Ninth Doctor. I'm not going to say improvement. From what people tell me, it's going to get better and better with him. But I just see him as a continuation of the Ninth Doctor. And if it gets better, so be it. But watching these episodes convinced me that this Doctor is going to be fun to watch. And I know I've heard some mixed reviews. Like the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, is, from what I can tell, by far the favorite Doctor of most Doctor Who fans right now. But I have heard some people that don't care for him, and some of that has to do with he's mostly goofy, and even when he's supposed to be dark or serious, the goofiness kind of overshadows that. Now, that may be in later episodes in the seasons that are to follow, but in this one, the moment that really defined or really had an impact on me with David Tennant was, he's not having fun, but after his battle with the leader of the aliens, he goes from serious to, to funny, serious to mild-mannered, I guess you would say. And he's walking away, and the alien is getting ready to try and attack him again. And the Doctor, what is it that he throws? I think maybe he throws his sword or something like that, but basically he hits this switch that causes the ground beneath, or the part of the ship beneath the alien to just fizzle out underneath and send it to his death. And the look on the Doctor's face is like, what was it? No second chances. It was like, he goes from, the very happy-go-lucky to no second chances. Like this very dark expression. And that, again, for me was just very reminiscent of Christopher Eccleston's portrayal of the Doctor. And that just solidified it for me. Now, again, I don't know if it's going to be like that as I go on. I still have a lot of episodes to watch, obviously. But like I said, I've repeated it over and over. These episodes have basically convinced me that the 10th Doctor is going to be a lot of fun. What I'll think of him as the show goes on, How much my opinion will change of him, I don't know. But just based off of these, I'm really looking forward to what is to come and getting into what I guess is essentially the real second season, as opposed to the, with this being a Christmas special or what have you. But yeah, it's what are some other points that I wanted to mention? Because these episodes, well, primarily the Christmas special had some really great moments. One of which was very dark, and I didn't know where it was going, was the part where the aliens take over. They do like this blood control. They take over a third of the people on the Earth, and basically have them go to the top of buildings where it basically appears that they're all going to jump to their deaths. And again, with this supposedly being a kid's show, having a third of the planet, all these people getting ready to mindlessly commit suicide, or possibly commit suicide, that was just a crazy moment for me, and one that, again, blew my mind. I mean, one, with it being a kid's show, and also just in general being very dark. I mentioned before how this show has it has a huge body count already, even with just the previous season. But I mean, there was the potential for a third of the planet to die, technically by their own hands. I mean, out of their control, but by their own hands. And just the thought of that was just, holy shit, really? And, another moment, like right at the end, that I personally did not see coming. When Harriet Jones has Torchwood, or commands Torchwood to take out the alien ship as it's leaving the planet Earth, and just fries them. I mean, they gone, every single one of them. And I can only assume that part of the show, when it was shown originally, probably had a lot of controversy or controversy, or crap, I suck at British English. Anyway, I can only assume that part had a lot of controversy, because, I mean, they were leaving. The aliens were leaving, going to leave planet Earth alone, on their word, which, can only go so far, but still it was on their word that they were going to leave. But despite that, Harriet had them destroyed. And the way the Doctor reacted was very, there's just very powerful as well. And basically, like, sabotaged Harriet Jones completely. I don't know whether, like, whenever she appears further in the show, which I'm sure she will, I don't know if she will still be the Prime Minister or not, but I'm very interested to see what happens there as far as her position within the show in the future. And actually, that leads me to a very, I don't know, maybe it was just me overthinking it, but later, while they're celebrating Christmas, and the Doctor has found his new outfit, which I found hilarious that he was running around most of the time when he actually was conscious, but running around in pajamas. I don't know why, but just this picture of David Tennant in long pajamas, broadsword fighting an alien, which again was kind of weird. But that was just the most bizarre image. But I was very happy to see when he selected his outfit. And I mean, one reason to love the Doctor, or the 10th Doctor in general, is he's a brown coat. If you're a fan of Firefly, you know what I'm talking about. And the guy's a brown coat. No two ways about it. And also the other outfits that he was looking at before that were just comical. I mean, you can barely see most of them, but I'm I'm glad I didn't have to choose out of there, because that clothing selection was bad. But to get back to what I was trying to talk about, after the explosion and after they're celebrating Christmas, everyone goes outside and it's snowing, supposedly. But the Doctor tells them that it's actually ash. And the first thing that came to my mind, I mean, obviously it's ash from the ship, from its explosion. But how much of that ash is actually the aliens themselves? and the people are just playing in the snow that is actually possibly dead alien carcasses fried. Again, maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's messed up on a severe level. Like I said, probably overthinking it, but that was just really weird. Like when the doctor revealed that it was ash, I was just like, dead bodies. There was another thing, two other things that I really wanted to comment on. Rose, again, amazingly done. I really have grown to appreciate her as a character. And one thing that I don't think I have mentioned before, but Billie Piper, just, and I apologize if this sounds inappropriate, but her body type, I really appreciate them having an average-sized woman on the show for one of the lead roles. She's not super skinny, she's not crazy curvy, she's just average. Like, she is someone that anyone can watch and enjoy. She's not tiny, she's not, she's not huge, she's just average. So it's like, basically anyone of any size can appreciate her as a character, assuming so. And again, I'm sorry if that was inappropriate at all, but that was just a thought I had on that in particular. And also, Jackie, annoying again, but the doctor actually yells at her to shut up, and I so appreciated that moment. It was such a great moment. Thank you, David Tennant. And again, Mickey continuing to become an even better character as the show goes on. I don't know at what point I'm sure at some point he's going to no longer be on the show, but whenever it does happen, one, I hope he doesn't die, and two, I hope that he gets to go out on a good note. I really do. He's one of those characters that I've really grown to love and appreciate, and I love him. He's just a great character, and I really look forward to seeing him more as the show goes on. And again, these episodes have convinced me that David Tennant is going to be a blast to watch as the 10th Doctor, and I'm going to enjoy these episodes that are coming up. And I actually forgot the name of the upcoming episode. As usual, I'll put the name of the upcoming episode down here. I don't believe it's a two-parter, though I did see something about like an interactive episode being online. There's already so much stuff in addition to like these minisodes, apparently. I don't know whether I'll even comment on that interactive episode. I might take a look at it just to see what it's about, but it most likely won't have any bearing on the next video. So, everyone, thank you very much for watching this episode. Let me know your thoughts below on, well, the minisode, if you've watched it, and the Christmas special itself. I very much appreciate all the comments you all leave for me, whether it's just, general ideas about what I've been talking about, or information on the show, past, present, or future, that is, vital to know. It's like, and again, no worry about spoilers. Ideally, try to keep it not too spoilery in the comments, but, I give away spoilers as it is in the video, so don't have too much worry about that. And if you're going, again, people, if you're going to complain about spoilers in these videos, I give a warning at the beginning. This is as I go along. If you want to follow along, you need to make sure that you watch the episodes before you watch this video. Otherwise, you're going to know basically what's going to happen. But I'm rambling. Again, everyone, thank you very much. I look forward to talking to you about the next episode, and I will see you next time on Discovering Doctor Who.